Indian No More. Chapter 3. Divisions. The year I turned 8, I knew change was coming to Grand Ronde. The res buzzed continuously with reports. Almost every night that winter, our family hustled over to the community center for what were called informational meetings hosted by the Indian agent. Even the elders' Friday night bingo was canceled, which almost never happened. I never understood everything being said. Us kids usually ended up inside the large community pantry, playing with old toys, or outside on the church's playground with the merry-go-round and swings. Even when it rained, I preferred to be outside with my cousins, but that day it was cold. Indians shouted at the white men in suits, or at one another. Angry words flew, threats of battle. I cowered near the pantry window. "No, we won't leave our homes," one Indian said. "We do not want your money," said another. "You cannot trust the government," Chich said. "They are offering us a better life," said Daddy. His view did not seem to be shared by others. Frustration poured from the community room. Indians against the government, family member against family member, old against young. I stared out the window at the soggy playground outside. I felt like this was what the Indian agent must have wanted all along, us fighting. At home, I asked Daddy what the meetings were about. Why was everyone so angry? "The government just doesn't want to be in the Indian business anymore," he said, leaning back in his chair. Mama said, "Someone from the Bureau of Indian Affairs had the nerve to say, 'Kate, you might as well get used to it.'" Then she struck a match to light her second cigarette, with the first one still burning in the ashtray. The Bureau of Indian Affairs, or the BIA for short, was the government agency that sent those white men in suits to tell us Grand Ronders we were about to be terminated. Our old schoolhouse had just been painted a new coat of yellow. You would think if the government painted it, they were planning on keeping it. I didn't understand what they wanted with all our old buildings anyway. I worried about Choop. "What about our cemetery?" I asked, looking over at Chich. "They have promised to not take our cemetery from us," she said. I didn't know if I believed it, but maybe the government couldn't sell a graveyard anyway. The fighting at the community center didn't change anything. Our tribe was against termination, but the BIA superintendent lied and said we were for it, claiming we took a vote, but no vote was ever taken at Grand Ronde. But I didn't know any of this had happened. Spring came, then summer, and my birthday. I was starting to think we would be left alone, but we weren't.